We bought a rig just last week down in Tulsa, the leather seats, but we forgot the map was old, and now we're lost, ain't that so bold? The toilet's blocked, don't you frown, spilling waste all over town. The engine sputters, ain't she sweet? This RV life's one big treat. Say hello to hidden trees, say goodbye to towing fees, knocking pipes, leaky roof, under stars we're waterproof.
All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we are talking all about ChatGPT for hybrid RV owners.
Ooh.
You know, I've been seeing ChatGPT everywhere.
Yeah.
And I thought, how can that help me in my RV? And I found this article on the Happy Hybrid Camper blog called, What are the top 8 ways ChatGPT can help hybrid RV owners have a better camping experience?
Okay.
And honestly, I was blown away. So many good ideas.
Yeah, there are so many useful applications, I think, with ChatGPT and RVing that I don't think people are even thinking of yet.
Like, I didn't even know where to start.
Yeah.
So the first one is route planning.
Yeah.
You know, we all use our mapping apps and our GPS.
Yeah.
But with a hybrid, you've got to think about low bridges.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to think about gas stations that can accommodate a bigger vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Can ChatGPT even help with that?
It absolutely can.
Yeah.
So, you know, like you said, we all use our GPS apps and things like that. But one of the problems is that they don't really take into account the specifics of your vehicle. You can't really tell Google Maps, hey, I'm in a, 30-foot RV, and I need to make sure that, there's clearance. ChatGPT can help you with that.
Oh, wow.
You can give it the specifics of your rig, like the height, the weight, even the fuel efficiency.
Really?
And it will factor all of that in when it plans your route.
That is amazing because, honestly, some of the apps I've used have taken me down some really tight roads in a big vehicle.
Absolutely.
Like, I do not want to
It's nerve-wracking.
get stuck.
Yeah, definitely.
So ChatGPT could be a lifesaver with that.
For sure, for sure.
So then the next one is campsite recommendations.
Yeah.
You know, finding a campsite is so hard these days.
It is.
And especially for a hybrid, because sometimes you need hookups.
Yes.
Sometimes you need extra space for those pop-outs.
Yep.
Can ChatGPT help you with that?
It can, absolutely. Same as with route planning. You can really give it the specifics of what you're looking for in a campsite. You can tell it, hey, I need full hookups.
Right.
I need a pull-through site. I need a site that has, a certain amount of space.
Right.
Because you need to be able to open your pop-outs.
Yeah.
I need a playground nearby. Whatever your specific needs are.
Yeah.
You can give those to ChatGPT, and it can actually look at available campsites and filter them based on that criteria.
Wow. So it can actually search for the campsites for you.
It can, yeah.
That's amazing.
And, some of them you can even link it up to like booking websites and and things like that. So it's not just giving you suggestions, it can help you book it as well.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
One of the things I hate is getting to a campsite and realizing it's not what I expected.
Absolutely.
Or that it's not actually going to fit my hybrid.
Right.
So this would be like having a personal assistant.
It is.
To find that perfect campsite.
For sure.
So that's great.
Yeah.
But once you get to the campsite,
right,
you don't want to just stay there.
Right.
What about local attractions? Can ChatGPT help with that?
Of course. So again, we're seeing this theme where you can tell ChatGPT your specific interests.
Okay.
So you can say, hey, I'm really into hiking, or I love historical sites, or we have kids and we need kid-friendly activities.
Right.
And it will tailor its suggestions to your location and your interests.
Okay, so it's going to take into account where you are.
Yes.
And what time of year it is. That is really cool.
Yep. So you're not going to get, suggestions for skiing in the middle of summer or something like that.
Yeah, and I hate it when, those travel websites, they just give you the same generic stuff everywhere you go. So this would be so much better.
Right. It's really going to customize it to you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, okay, this is the one that I was most interested in.
Okay.
Meal planning.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I hate meal planning.
Yeah.
In a regular kitchen.
Yeah.
But in a tiny RV kitchen, it's like a nightmare.
It's challenging.
Can ChatGPT help me with that?
So this one I think is one of the coolest things that it can do.
Okay.
So you can tell ChatGPT, hey, I'm in an RV. I have limited ingredients. I only have a mini fridge.
Right.
I have a 2-burner stove or whatever your setup is. And it can come up with recipes that are specifically designed for those limitations.
No way.
Yes. It's really cool.
That's amazing.
It can even help you if you have dietary restrictions, like if you're vegan or gluten-free or whatever.
So it's not just going to be hot dogs and hamburgers.
No, definitely not.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
And does it do anything with grocery shopping? Because that's another thing I hate is trying to figure out how to fit all that food into a tiny little fridge.
It can. It can definitely help with that. You can tell it the recipes that you're going to be making.
Okay.
And how many people you're feeding, and it can create a shopping list for you.
No way.
Yes. It's really helpful for that.
That would be amazing.
Uh-huh.
Because I always end up bringing way too much food, or I forget something important.
Right.
So that would be a lifesaver.
It definitely can take a lot of the stress out of that.
Okay, now for everybody's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Something breaks down on your RV.
Oh.
Can ChatGPT actually help me with that?
So, ChatGPT is not a mechanic.
Right.
It can't actually fix your RV for you. But what it can do is it can offer some basic troubleshooting tips.
Okay.
If your water pump isn't working,
Right.
you can ask, hey, what are some things I can check? And it can give you some suggestions
Okay.
that might help you identify the problem. The other thing it can do is it can help you find nearby repair shops.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that are familiar with hybrid RVs, because sometimes you'll, break down in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You have no idea who to call.
And especially with a hybrid.
Yeah.
You can't just take it to any mechanic.
Exactly. You need someone who knows how to work on those systems.
Yeah. So ChatGPT could definitely help with that.
For sure.
And that's amazing.
Okay.
Okay, now let's talk about weather and safety, because those are two big concerns when you're RVing.
They are.
How can ChatGPT help me stay safe?
So ChatGPT can do a lot for you in terms of weather.
Okay.
It can give you real-time weather updates. It can alert you to severe weather conditions in your area, and even give you specific safety precautions based on your location and the current situation.
Wow. So it could be like, hey, there's a tornado coming. Take shelter immediately.
Exactly. Or it could be something like, hey, there's a chance of hail tonight. Make sure you cover your windows.
Oh, that would be so helpful.
Yeah. It can even give you tips for driving in different weather conditions.
Okay.
So if you're driving in snow or heavy rain, it can give you some tips to stay safe on the road.
Wow. ChatGPT really is like having a personal assistant for your RV trip.
It really is. It's like having a co-pilot who's always looking out for you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now the last thing. RVing can sometimes feel a little bit lonely.
Yeah.
You're out there on the road.
Yeah.
You're not always around other people. Can ChatGPT help you connect with other RVers?
It can actually help you find online communities
Yeah.
and forums and groups specifically for hybrid RV owners.
Okay.
There are tons of Facebook groups and forums and things like that where people share tips and advice.
Right.
And, ask questions and things like that. And ChatGPT can help you find the ones that are relevant to you.
That is really cool.
Yeah, and I think that's really important because sometimes you just need that sense of community when you're out on the road.
And especially when you're new to RVing.
Exactly.
It's really helpful to talk to other people who've been doing it for a while.
For sure.
So, wow, this has been really eye-opening. I mean, I knew that ChatGPT was really powerful.
Yeah.
But I had no idea
It's amazing.
that it could help with so many aspects
of
RVing.
Right.
Especially for us hybrid owners.
Yeah. It's really impressive how much it can do.
So now that you've heard all this, I'd love to hear from you. What is the one aspect of your next RV trip that you would want ChatGPT's help with the most? Would it be the meal planning? Would it be finding the right campsite? Would it be staying safe on the road? Let us know in the comments. And until next time, happy camping.